Smoky, smoky, smoky day. So smoky you can't even see the book cliffs out here. We are at Parts Breakers, Jeeps Unlimited. This is my yard, Grand Junction, Colorado. 303-666-9020. 303-666-9020. Now, if you've followed me over the years, been doing this a long time, been selling tubs frames for a long time. First off, I want to say to anyone who has been waiting for the past 2 weeks, I sincerely apologize. I've had some breakdowns in Las Vegas, a really hot 116 degrees, got back, and we've parted ways with a few of our past employees, mutually, of course. Just been inundated with backup work and trying to play catch up. It's a big yard, a lot of stuff to do, so I'm sure you can imagine. If your garage gets messy, just multiply it by, I don't know, 100 million, I don't know. But the yard is the same way. We got to keep it somewhat organized, otherwise things get lost and it's hard to sell parts. So, and that's what we're doing. Seems like we do this once a year, which isn't bad. That's what most companies do. Anyway, you can kind of faintly see out there. Let's see here. I know you didn't come here to look at the landscape, but we usually have a really beautiful backdrop. It's the Book Cliffs, Mount Garfield out there, which is right above Palisade. And Palisade, you may or may not know Palisade, Colorado. Palisade's known for the juiciest peach in the world. I know they say Georgia peaches. They're different here. We have a microclimate, actually in this whole valley, but down there that keeps it fairly warm in the winter than it does in other parts of Colorado. So it allows the peaches to, the trees to survive. We've had a few hard freezes, been hard on them, but not too many of those happen. So anyway, putting up a TJ tub. Just washed it for the most part, although put up on its side here. Normally I do this a little differently, but I'm A, short on time, and B, the pad that we normally use is not clean, so I use the trailer as the pad this time. And I'm going to be putting up the rest of these tubs as well. So we got TJ, CJ7, like kind of a mid to low grade. We'll see after we get done cleaning. It's actually cleaning up better than it looks. It's muddy right now, so I still have to wash it. But TJ, black TJ, both of these are 97 to 01. You can use them on 02 to 06. There's just some slight modifications you got to do, and I have videos for that. Then I believe we go into a CJ7, another, I think CJ7. Let's see, I think it's a YJ. Anyway, a couple YJs, a couple CJ7s back there. Those I know are probably the hottest things I'm getting calls for, but I also had a few on this yellow tub, and then just the fact that we have like a mid-grade CJ7 tub to offer is, hopefully it's mid. We'll see how it comes out. There's a couple things on it, but nothing major. It didn't look like had a liner in it, but it's peeling. Anyway, I'll talk about that one in a second. So let's go over the TJ tub here, the yellow, solar yellow. And I'll just, do like I normally do. Show it to you as if you're standing here next to me. Of course, my wife is calling me right now. If I answer it, it's going to do away with this video, so we'll see if she answers the other phone. You'll have to hear that for a moment. She got the kiddos with her, so I just need to make sure there's no emergency. Anyway, hey, I'm in the middle of a video. Is there something wrong?
Okay, sorry. Nope, I was just calling to say that this is sweet setup. Okay, love you, bye.
All right, love you, bye. Yeah, I had a feeling. She's chatty Cathy at nighttime, so. Which, you know what? That's actually good. Maybe. Anyway, so, a little scattered today, apologize. Main thing on the bottom of a TJ, and you'll hear me have said this probably a million times. I've been doing this, like I said, a long time. When you're looking at a TJ tub or you're deciding if you need to replace a TJ tub, one of the largest factors for me are the torque pockets down here. All right, they're fairly invasive to replace. They don't look that bad, but they're hard to remove without cutting into the floor. And then once you do that, you're replacing the floor. They're the most labor intensive. If you're going to have a body shop replace those. We occasionally will get a Jeep that's damaged from an accident. We don't buy a lot of wrecks out here, but occasionally someone are rolled over and they'll have really clean torque pockets, and we'll sell them off. And they don't sell OEM ones anymore, so the only ones you're left to use are aftermarket, and they're fairly thin metal. They don't last nearly as long as these original ones did for whatever, you know. And I realize that some people out there didn't last very long at all, especially Midwest, East Coast. But nonetheless, these are absolutely beautiful. So real quick, there's a total of 10 on the body, 11 if you can include the radiator support, what I call frame to tub torque pocket. Okay, so you got 3, 1, 2, 3. When they start going bad, the outer ring of this, where your bushing goes, starts cracking. Eventually it goes full collapse, and then it needs to be replaced. And there's not an easy way to get in there to do that. It's possible to do the rears occasionally because you can have access there, but you're going to be cutting into the floor likely. So these are perfect. This is absolutely great shape. This guy is going to be removed, and so is that guy before we ship them. We do literally part these things down to nuts and bolts just because we spend so much on them, because they're off the road and they're not wrecked oftentimes. So, okay, same thing up here. Nice clean threads all the way back. No collapsing, no rust, no nothing, no cracking, preliminary, you know, either or. Okay, so that's super clean. The firewall's nice and straight. Hasn't been hit at all. Usually tell if they've been hit at all in this area here, because the fender supports, which go down here, get all whacked out. So these are nice and clean, good threads, nothing you have to extract. Same with those guys up there, and the bottom ones down here. Another area that Russ will get into, the seams and stuff like that. So a lot of times you'll break bolts there, and those are more or less, you know, time consuming. You can repair them. They're just extract them and take some time out of your day. So tunnel, or excuse me, not tunnel, the tunnel's the bottom. Cowl, which is where your wiper system goes, your wiper motor and stuff, is here, and it's absolutely perfect. This is another area you can't usually see till the windshield comes off or folds down, and that's absolutely spotless as well. So this is a clean tub. It's an A grade. There's always, I never tell people or promise there's not any scratches. The main thing we're looking for on an A tub, for those of you who wonder when I say A's, is gonna have no rust, may have dings, small dents, but nothing major, okay? And when I say nothing major, I mean nothing that would require a body shop, unless of course you're already having the body shop do the work, and then of course, why not, okay? Now, I'm gonna flip it down here in a minute, but I wanted to show the bottom, video of the bottom, take some, needed to take some photos of the bottom. I can do that with this app actually. It just doesn't come out as clean as the other ones, but I think it does let me take them still shots while I'm doing this. So I usually don't like to do it this way. I usually like to, when I'm on my A game, I'm not so scattered, I usually like to photo, video, set down, video the top, photo, and then done. Yes, it is a process. Roll bars are usually pulled. This one can go with it. If we end up on a transporter and let's say I don't bring them out, even if I do bring it out, it's likely a chance that I would be pulling it anyway. That doesn't mean you can't have it still. It just won't come in this form. And the reason is because if I bring them out, we usually put them up on their sides. Transporters may or may not have the height room if they're gonna transport it down. We do have some hot shots. We just had one picked up the other day, and they do usually put them down. So in that case, it can more likely travel that way. But if not, we'll pull it. And this particular one breaks down. You can see the joints there. Some of these do not break down, or do not break down easily, or go back together easily. So, but if you want that roll bar, we'll throw it in for you. Normally we do sell those, so that'll just be part of this price on it. But again, the tunnel cover there this was an automatic, although there is no difference between an automatic tub and a manual. Other than that cover, and that cover can be swapped. It literally is on there with bolts. That'll come off, and then again, that torque shaft on the bottom is your transfer case stuff. That's the same manual, automatic, matter on that. So wheel well, super clean. Okay, beautiful back tunnel or floor area. I keep saying tunnel. I guess you can consider that too. Wheel wells. Okay, floor absolutely beautiful. Driver side, passenger side, no rust. All up through there, absolutely beautiful. And the back also, this is another torque box back here. Here's your 1, 2, you notice I said 10 in the beginning, so we got number 3, 6, 8, right? And then we got 9 and 10. So those cover you all, and it will bolt down to any frame. There's a little bit of oxidation up here. You definitely want to get that coated. We don't get salt out here. Let me stand up here for just a second. We don't get salt out here, so that's why you don't see it past oxidation usually, meaning like cancer. But nonetheless, definitely want to get this something, you know, on this, whether Rust-Oleum or if you're going to be painting the tub or touching it up, just get in here. You don't have to do yellow, of course, you can just do black, but just something to protect it. If you're going to be lining it, you can get in here, clean up most of that and stuff in there too. So, okay, a little bit of rock chips on the side where the paint flakes off from rocks in it on the tires coming up. Again, these seams here, this is another area I always look when I'm buying a Jeep, because usually these pinch welds, absolutely love to start, and that's usually where your rust begins. So it's usually a tall tale sign how bad I'll see rust is if I start seeing it here. Clearly there's none there, so those are in really good shape. And again, that back whole boxed area, if this is rotten out, yes, it is replaceable, but it's fairly intensive to do. Again, it's kind of spot welded all the way up in there, and then it more or less overlaps with your back panel. So, and then this side here, beautiful, nothing like that. This doesn't have that weird support. And this probably, and that's probably what we're seeing here, was a vapor canister or rollover valve. Something was back here for emissions. I can't remember what they sit back here, but they do. This bolts on, there was probably a washer and nut here, and just over time that scraped the metal clean and essentially started giving you a little bit of surface there. But okay, anything else you may wonder about on the bottom, feel free to give me a shout. You won't be able to see this, so I'll show it real quick. The bottom skirting here, this one's actually really clean shape. These love to get dinged up, especially if they've been wheeled hard in, folded over. So these are really clean. These little tabs here, you may or may not have these. This one didn't actually have anything that went to them. You can tell because the fenders end here and they end, you can see the marks here, right? But on like a Sahara Jeep, they use these, and not all TJs have these, but if you do have a Sahara and you do have that fender flare looking thing that molds onto the side there, this is actually what holds some of that on. So this tub was probably, when it popped it out, was an either or tub, which you see occasionally, but not too much. Usually when they have these, you do see those flares on there. And who knows, maybe at one time it did, but this looks like to me just a normal solar yellow, and I don't ever recall, yeah, see the sport up there? I don't ever recall seeing solar yellow in any kind of Sahara packages. So, but I learn something new every day sometimes. So same thing with that one, nice and clean, nice straight, and those tabs are all intact, ready to go. Okay, so let me gently put this thing down on my forks. I'll finish the video, then take the top photos. So you're gonna see the sky here just for a second. Actually not, they're heavy with this roll bar, not too bad though. I just don't wanna obviously tip it off the trailer. Too bad at all, okay? And I was gonna have to rewash, but I don't think I'll have to on this one. It's actually clean enough. So you got the markings from your fender flares. They've kind of grayed the little outline, both in the front and the rear. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, there's your little dings I told you about in the beginning. There's a good sized ding scratch there, and then one right there. Okay, right smack in the middle of that guy. There's nothing that inhibits the light or the license plate. If you're going to be putting armor on it or some sort of diamond plating, that will cover it up. Although, again, there's some scratch there through the paint, so at least get it prepped before you do that, of course. Tailgate hinges, this is where that aluminum kind of starts leaching through on the hinge side. They're aluminum hinges, if you're not aware of that. That's what they are. So you'll get just kind of a, I mean, this stuff comes off, but just know that that's usually there on those. And usually when that's the case, the hinge itself is no longer any good because they get pretty flimsy after that. So this side is really clean as well. You'll see little things like this guy, little ripples almost. That's actually all factory. That's the stamping, the stamp steel when it was punched out. All TJs have that. And let's see, not fall off this trailer here. A couple scratches down the lower rocker, but again, super clean. Corners are clean, no hail damage or any goofiness like that. And I think that's it. So I'll get her moved over to where she's gonna sit until she's sold, which is over there. You can see how low our tubs are. We usually have about 30 of them. Got a JK 4-door over there, early 07 to 10, but you can't use those late. You just have to do, again, change some things over. That white tub is actually sold, so that one's not even available. Oh. and then I'll put the rest of these up here shortly. So there will be a black TJ tub. That should be a grade A, or hopefully it is. But again, I grade them as I video them. It's just easier to do that way and know exactly what I'm seeing, because I kind of go over them with fine-tooth comb, as you see. So, all right, 303-666-9020, partsbreakers.com. I'll get some photos of it here in just shortly, get it put away, and let us know. We do have hot shots leaving the next, almost on rotation, as we prepare for what is our busy time of year, fall into winter. That's our swamping. Usually when we start running out of things. We will float every 2 to 3 weeks. We'll have a hot shot crew leaving here. Sometimes that goes up to every week. It just depends on how busy we are. And then I have a load that I will be doing, hopefully everything goes well, end of August. That's tentative, but should happen. Pretty much same pricing on that, except for you get a me. And yeah, I think that's it. So, okay. Parts Breakers, Jeeps Unlimited, 303-666-9020, partsbreakers.com. And yes, you can pick these up if you want to drive to Grand Junction, Colorado, and come see Moab, 90 minutes away. Go to the Swiss Alps or the Rockies. That's in your A area. That's about 2 hours south of us. There's some great things, especially as fall starts coming up. I'd be more than happy to assist you in loading it or whatever you need. A lot of people from Ohio seem to come out here. And but I'll be, like I said, heading your way. So if you're not coming out here, just save yourself the time. All right, that's it for me. Thanks, guys.